From Sneaky Hembo, Davante Adams leads the league in touchdown receptions. He turns 33 next week. Who's the oldest player to lead the league in touchdown catches in a season? Before you give your answer, what were they? I've heard you interacting with Jeff. What are they suggesting?
Randy Moss.
Okay.
Jerry Rice.
Okay.
Raymond Berry's name came up.
That's digging deep, yes.
I'm going with a tight end. Yeah. Tony Gonzalez is my guess.
It's not right. I don't know I'm not sure even how to play off it. It's not right. All he does is catch touchdowns.
Chris Carter.
Chris Carter,
wow.
As Chris Berman used to say, and he was right when he said it. Yeah. That's Chris Carter, who's getting ready to go play golf down there in Boca right now.
Adios!
At 34, he led the league in touchdown catches. Davante Adams would be 33. Marvin Harrison, Jeff.
Okay, Jeff.
I said that.
Also at the age of 33. Okay, score that one for Hembo, and we'll see what happens. Davante Adams is having a great season, and he's doing it with the help of an unbelievable quarterback. Here's the way I look at this thing with Matthew Stafford. I feel like everyone knows, because he's at the top of the MVP charts, that Stafford is having a great year. Do you realize just how great it is? He's having a season that ranks with any season we've seen from any quarterback in 25 years. Right now, Matthew Stafford has 37 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Only 2 quarterbacks have ever finished a season with 40 touchdowns and 5 or fewer picks. They are Lamar Jackson last year and Aaron Rodgers in 2020, so Stafford has a chance to join that very exclusive group. He's also been on a ridiculous tear. He has gone 8 consecutive games with multiple passing touchdowns. That is the longest streak in his career. It is the longest streak in Rams history. The Rams are 7-1 in that time. They've beaten the Niners, the Seahawks, the Bucks, and the Lions, all of whom might be playoff teams. And what he has done against the blitz has been remarkable. Matthew Stafford this season has 23 touchdowns and 0 interceptions when blitzed, which is the most touchdowns against the blitz in a single season in the last 20 years. Bear in mind, he still has 3 more games to go, and he has not thrown a single interception. That's how good Matthew Stafford has been. How about his counterpart tomorrow night? Since week 11, when Sam Darnold faced the Rams the first time, the season has taken a vastly different turn. Look at the numbers. The completion percentage has dropped. Touchdowns to interceptions dropped. Air yards are down as well. Sam Darnold finishing this season, dare I ask, in the same way he finished last year. His QBR and completion percentage have dropped, mirroring the late season decline we saw a year ago, and he's taking sacks at a much higher rate than he did earlier in the season. So I want to make it as clear as I can make it. I am a huge Sam Darnold fan. After what I saw from him early in his career and just how ridiculously dysfunctional the Jets teams that he was on were. I want success for him. But you cannot help but wonder, as we watch what's going on right now, are we starting to see alarming signs, Dominique, of what we saw last year?
Well, absolutely. I mean, for the Seahawks, their offense is just alarmingly one-dimensional, and that one dimension is Jackson Smith and Jigba. And like they have the inability to run the ball, and they're dependent on Smith and Jigba to create big plays. He had a big drop last week, which when you don't have that, the offense is gonna end up scoring all their points on field goals and barely beating a 44-year-old quarterback. And that's not an offense that you think can win a Super Bowl. This defense is outstanding, but their path to winning a championship is much harder if you can't get good play out of your quarterback.
Yeah, and I think what you're seeing, Greeny, is defenses adjusting to what the Sam Darnold offense is. Like they're understanding what the weaknesses of the Seahawks are, so they change it, right? They understand they don't really run the ball. Now, they're committed to the run. They're not afraid to give the run a try, but they're not efficient in the run. Right. And so what does that do? That puts your quarterback at a large, or you're putting more emphasis on him playing and elevating your game. That was not why Sam Darnold was brought in, right? And so JSN is their one outlet. They're trying to get Rashid going and make him move. But the bottom line is, for the playoffs, they're going to have to run the ball. What's the difference? And I know you just highlighted Matthew Stafford. That's all great. He's having a great year. Go look at their 2 running backs over the last month. It's different deal. Like why everybody is riding the Rams right now and not the Seahawks is because one can beat you a multiple of ways and one has a very singular formula of winning. That is not how you win the playoffs.
Yeah, look, situational football has been a problem for them.
Yep.
If you look at their last game between the Rams, look, I think they were 1 for 4 in the red zone. That has been a huge issue for them. 3rd down conversions has been a huge issue for them.
Yep.
As you just talked about, the run game, you can't average less than 4 yards per carry
and
be a complementary offense in the NFL. You just can't.
Yeah.
And what happens is Sam, a lot of it gets put on him.
That's right.
You're right. Defenses have said, well, JSN, that's who we're going to focus on.
Yeah.
Until Rashid Shaheed shows us that he can be someone who can really be a true number 2, which he's starting to show you spurts.
Yeah.
You saw that against Indianapolis. That's the kind of thing they need to work through. Now, they were able to still come up with a win and manufacture a win against Indy. I mean, we'll see how this goes. I'm not someone who all of a sudden believes that that you just have Sam's number. I think the offense, though, has become very much so more predictable in terms of who they're going to go to.
That's exactly
I think
right.
Lou just said a lot has been put on Sam expectation-wise, and it should be as the quarterback. I think in all their divisions games they've played so far, 3, he's got an interception. Just had 4 interceptions last week. It was the last time he played the Rams in Week 11 that tied a career high. You know, there are narratives around every quarterback, and we talked about Jordan Love earlier. He has an opportunity. When the pressure point of a season comes, can you rise to the occasion? His story is not written, but he's the one with the pen. And so these are the moments, especially against teams like.
That is a bar.
That was nice.
good.
That was good.
That is good.
But it is one of those big moments for him.
It is.
It's almost like I'm a writer.
It's very good. No, but it is well said. Sam Darnold, because that is what he has to do.
Yeah, just go do it.
He has to rewrite what the story on him has historically been.
And I know people will roll their eyes with the name of him, but for Kirk Cousins, it was always he can't win in prime time, can't win a playoff game. He went into New Orleans and won a playoff game against Drew Brees in Superdome. Everyone's like, all right, I guess we have to put that narrative to bed for at least now. That's what this is for Sam Darnold. He hasn't won a big game, and he hasn't taken care of business when he's been asked
The
to.
problem is they are very predictable right now. They played the Colts played their best defensive game ever, and it's because everybody knows, right? As good as your quarterback, I love quarterbacks. When you got one outlet and you can't run it, what are you going to do? Like at I appreciate like Sam Darnold can write it. Everybody else on that offense has a role. They better pick it up for this Rams game.
The game is tomorrow night. The path to the NFC berth in the Super Bowl will go through the city of the winning team tomorrow night. That is not an exaggeration, but the NFL playoffs are far away. The college football playoff is around the corner.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No. Something's got a hold on me here. Oh, it must be love. Oh, something's got a hold on me right now, child. Oh, it must be love. Let me tell you now, I've never felt like this before. Something's got a hold on me that won't let go. I said,
The college football playoff is right around the corner. Lewis will have a game with on Saturday night. One of the most, I guess maybe the sexiest matchup comes in the very first game. Friday, we have Alabama, Oklahoma, the rematch. Lewis is here and Jordan Rodgers is there. Alabama has not looked like the same team for about 4 or 5 weeks. Jordan, what do they have to do to change that Friday night?
They got to fix their pass protection big time. And this was the problem first time they played Oklahoma. They gave up 4 sacks, had 2 turnovers against pressure. Ty Simpson did a sack, fumble, and an interception. He had a 1.1 QBR under pressure against Oklahoma. But it wasn't just an Oklahoma problem. The last 2 games, they've given up 30 quarterback pressures. Protection's been an issue. It gets fixed 2 ways. The first, they got to get healthier, and they will be healthier. Josh Cuevas, their tight end, Jam Miller, both expected to play, both didn't play in the SEC championship. They're a big part of the protection. The second, I need more quick options for Ty Simpson. Ryan Grubb does a great job of getting to perfect plays.